Well, thank you for joining me for this web-exclusive interview. My guests here know firsthand that organ donations can save lives. Tim Cherry, his sister Cindy. Welcome, both of you. And this is a great extra we can add for our audience. Right. Tim, you were a young kid when you got terribly sick. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I got sick when I was about 10 years old. I got an infection after getting my tonsils out, and the doctors didn't quite catch it in time, and it scarred my kidneys. And but I was okay for a little while, and they told my mom and dad that when I got a little bit older, probably when I hit around 13 or 14, that I was going to have problems. And right on cue, when I hit 13, my kidneys almost completely failed within overnight. And I was very sick in the morning, but I felt great at night, which was really weird. And we went to the doctor, and we went to the Boston Bruins team doctor. Dad was coaching Boston at the time. We were in Boston. And he directed us to another doctor, and I went into his office. And right from the office, he took me and put me right on dialysis.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay, we did not establish that off the top, that your dad is Don Cherry. You've got the pressure of the hockey world. Cindy, you were away at school.
Right.
And mom and dad call you home. What transpired about?
Well, I couldn't believe, you know, typical of my parents, they would never tell me how sick my brother really was. When I came back down from Kingston, back down to Boston, I couldn't believe how sick he was, this whole dialysis. It was a new world to me. I never realized, you know.
How old were you then?
I was trying to figure that out. I would have been about 22. Okay. And all. So, you know, your 20s, you don't think about stuff like that. So it's like reality really hits you when you see your brother on dialysis, which is an awful thing to have to go through.
He was just 13. What made you think, I've got a kidney he can use?
Well, I didn't, we all went in. My mom and dad and I all went in for the tests. The tests are almost as bad as sometimes the operation that you have to go through and all this, just to see who is the best person to donate the kidney. And it was me. I was a perfect match, they said to my brother. So there really wasn't any question about if you were going to do it. It was like if it was going to be my mom, my dad, or me. And that's just the way I thought about it. Like, I can't imagine not doing it myself.
And Tim, how do you, are you healthy? Is this changed life?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, you know, if one thing, it was been so long ago, maybe I take it a bit for granted. I do go in for regular checkups every 3 months with my kidney doctor, and you know they do blood tests and everything. You know, but looking back when you're on dialysis, what a limited life you lead. You know, you can only drink about 7 ounces of water a day. Your diet was only about 5 or 10 ounces of noodles a day. You know, you just can't get your body just can't take any nutrition in because it can't filter it out.
And the waiting list for people wanting kidneys, and actually really many of us can share, even though, like, I always think it's a dying thing, but Cindy, you're an advocate of that this is a living thing.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, you can live with one kidney, obviously, and stuff. So to have two is just bonus. I mean, there's no question. I mean, it's a proven thing. I mean, Tim might have had limitations in his diet and stuff, in intake of salt and stuff. And it really doesn't affect the donor at all. We were out, we were saying in the hospital, I was out in a week. And in 4 weeks, I was working at a brand new job. So, I mean, it was, they were great in the Mass General.
And now, these many years later, you still don't miss that kidney that you donated to your brother?
Not at all. Trust me, I can drink and it's great. It doesn't
no
affect,
problem at all.
No, it doesn't affect you at all.
Well, thank you so much for putting a face to the need. We want to encourage all of you to just check out that website, BeADonor.ca, and sign up for organ donation.